Hello. I promise I'm here today, as you could tell. You've read the title. You know what's happening. I don't have to say nothing. Y'all know what's happening. So, this idea came to me in a fever dream. I've been trying to largely avoid my hyperfixation on One Piece at the moment. Just, you know, like, at least on stream, for your guys' sake. God can only help me so much. So, I may or may not have just decided, fuck it, and give it in. So, here we are. Here we is, you're welcome? That's a response. You're welcome. I'm sorry. Only for you, Pookie. You know what I mean? Like, many responses could be had to any complaint that there may or may not arise. However, it's happening and there's nothing you can do about it. And just so you know, we have a lot of characters to get through. As I just kind of started adding characters, thinking, okay, I need this to at least hit like an hour of content. Let me do the math real quick for how many I have added. Because I actually categorized them to keep my brain on track when making the list. So, let's see. We have 62 characters to get through. So, this might take a little bit more than an hour. Before you ask, no. I don't regret it. Point become mainstream. It's only if I make a YouTube video out of this. And I have no plans on making a YouTube video out of this. I haven't made a YouTube video in a year. You're welcome. It's mostly because I just refuse to sit down and actually edit. I have other shit to be doing. And that is actively forgetting that I have a YouTube channel. And procrastinating when I remember. But, yeah. We have 62 characters to get through. I originally was like, you know, enough characters to get me through an hour. This might be like an hour 30. Maybe less, honestly. This might be good for an hour. Because it's not like I'm gonna go into detail explaining my every thought. But I will try. Although we might have some coughs. If you, when they appear, they'll appear. We'll have some coughs, and there will be no explanation given. You know how it is. There will be some where I will vehemently explain, either due to it being a hear me out, or a, what's the word? Having too much to say. I can think of two that I have on this list where I will not shut up. You're welcome. But let's get into the rankings. As you can see, we have a tier list here. The ones covered up is S, A, B, C, D, F, and you fucking know. Chopper and Chestman. Those two are actually not on this list. I did not add Chopper because he is a minor. And I did not add, what was his name? Gaimon or whatever the fuck? Weird Digimon. I didn't add him. I thought about it. Move chat to the right. I can do that. Yeah, sure, why not? Look, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. Hold on, I need to grab my overlays. Hold on. I gotta mess with the image. Hold on, this might actually be a better idea. Hold on. Actually, I do not think this is a better idea. Hold on, I got this. Hold on. Okay. Why are those two things connected? Why are those two things connected? I know why. There we go. Okay, I figured it out. I figured it out. There we go. Perfect. Let me just copy that. Okay, hold on. I almost got it. There we go. All right, things have been moved. That took way too long. That took way too fucking long, but I did it. I fixed it. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Look, I still have no idea where things need to go. Leave me alone. Yeah, you're still tiny. You get to stay tiny. Suffer. I moved it. You're welcome. Anyway. Oh. Anyway. How old's Chopper? Chopper's 17. So he is not on this list. Anyway. Back to what I was saying before I moved shit around. Shit. Okay, yeah. I have categories, right? As a way to keep my brain focused on what I need to be doing, right? So the first one. Oh my god, did I add those? Hold on. I need to go through my list. Hold on. That is not the right. There we go. Did I not? No, I did, right? I remember. Do I remember? Okay, yeah, I remember. Okay, sorry. I was, you know. I was making sure I added some characters, because I was like, wait a damn minute. Again, I added 62. There are 62 characters in this. So... yeah. Anyway, so, as I was saying, I have them all divided up into categories. The first category will be the Straw Hat Pirates themselves. Excluding Chopper, there are going to be 9 of them. The next one is a miscellaneous category for where I just kind of wanted to throw characters that I couldn't fit anywhere else, but I wanted to keep. Either because they fit into too many categories, or none of the above. So I have 13 in that category. I have the next category, which is the largest one because it covers the most room. Allies, Friends, and Revolutionaries. With 22. Yeah. The next one, Warlords. So there will be 8. Because after that, we're rolling over into Yonko. And as you know, some Warlords are Yonko, so... as you know. Some Warlords are Yonko, some Yonko don't have the Warlord treatment. Even though... do not ping Germa. But yeah, there's some rollover into each category, so some do not have the same treatment of others. Either because people that they're associated with appear earlier on, or I was just, you know, Warlord treatment only, or Yonko treatment. In the last category, oh yeah, there's 15 in that category, because I have Yonko plus 2 of their crew members. So 2 significant crew members, or just crew members in general, that I decided to add. There are 15 of those. And the last section is the Marines. So we have 11 Marines to get through. Because there are 62 fucking characters to get through, as there are 62 characters, we are going to keep it in these categories and just kind of go through everything as need be. No, I will not be putting these on Twitter, even though that would be funny, simply because I don't want to, and I'm lazy as shit. And it's Monday, and I have shit that I need to be doing, because classwork is fun. Ugh. Taking me fucking 3 hours of just note-taking before I get to the homework for my fucking astronomy class. Anyway, so we will be stopping after each of these points to get the slate cleared, right? So they will not be pitted against each other in this sense. So the Straw Hats will not be in the same category as the Marines. So they will not be on the screen. Nor will they be used as a point of reference. Because what is a C tier will change depending on the category. It does not mean a C tier from one category is the same thing as a C tier in another category. That will just be how it works. You're welcome. Expect no consistencies. This is purely subjective. Yeah. This is going to be purely subjective and for my enjoyment only, because I had this idea and then I couldn't get it out of my head. Putting more effort into this than the assignment. Look. 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 This took me like an hour and a half, like Sunday night. I had just gotten done with my homework. Yeah, I got weekend work now because there's so much of it. The only thing I gotta worry about this week is writing an essay. Like an entire rough draft essay. No, it's a research paper too. I've pulled off worse in a less amount of time. Anyway. But I guess let's just, you know, quit stalling and get into it. Alright? Like, look, okay. Some people are gonna shoot me in the fucking neck for what I say. And I care immensely. I was gonna say I don't care, but I know how I am. And I judge people in this specific thing. I know I will be judged. I've been judged before. I'm currently being judged. You're welcome, I guess. Also, most of these photos are not from the anime, they're from the manga or color spreads, but, you know, sometimes you'll see characters in the anime for their photos. Anyway. Let's get started. Alright. Are y'all ready? I'm not. Okay. First up. I judge you every stream, I'm aware. First up. We have the category of the Straw Hat Pirates. We are going in order that they joined. So, first is the captain, Monkey D. Luffy, right? The main character of our series. You know, he's out here living his best, right? Personally, right? Personally, for me, I love Luffy. Don't get me wrong. This is a hear me out in the wrong direction. I don't find him attractive. I don't. I really don't. I know some people are like, yes, like, I have a thing for him. I do not. I understand, I guess. But I don't find him attractive. He's adorable, yes. Do not get me wrong. He is adorable in every sense of the word. Is that kind of list? You read the fucking title. You read the title. Don't fucking... Bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't know. He just reminds me... I just don't find him attractive. Didn't read the title till now? Well, buckle up. I don't find him attractive. He's cute. Don't get me wrong. Not like physically, right? Like this is not like you gotta remember, this is coming from a complete asexual perspective, right? Like this has nothing to do with any sort of sex drive, as I do not have one. He's adorable. Don't get me wrong. He has his moments where he is just completely adorable and stupid, as he usually is. I don't find him attractive. I don't. I really don't. So, because of that, we are going to put the captain, if I can move this. Ah. Why are you so difficult to move when I make you tiny? We are going to move the captain to a solid B tier. Again, not because I don't find him attractive, but just not in that way. Next one on the list. Roronoa Zoro. Alright. This is a pre-time skip image, so he doesn't have the scar over his eye. Alright. Zoro has his moments. Do not get me wrong. He has his moments where I'm like, okay, yeah, he's kind of attractive. However, I just... You know what I mean? Like, I love Zoro. I love his character. You know, I feel like there's a lot of potential, honestly, in his character. Like, outside of, you know, this is not a power scaling thing. But, like, outside of battle, his character, in and of itself, does have a lot of potential to go places. And I like the creativity that that allows. In terms of attractiveness, he has his moments. Do not get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. However, considering how wishy-washy it is, I'm gonna have to give him a B tier as well. Again, it's not because, like, oh, Zoro's not attractive. It's not that at all. It's because of the wishy-washiness of it all. I feel like I need to move Luffy down. God damn it. The captain is so hard to move around. Okay. We're going to move Luffy down to C tier. Just because I feel like he's a solid middle ground. Right? He's a solid middle ground to base everyone else off of. So we're actually going to move Luffy down. Keep Zoro at B tier. Alright? But, you know, again, his character has potential. He's cute. He has the ability to be cute. However, the best way to put it is Zoro is Zoro. And he has more moments where I just kind of want to flick him in the forehead, knock him out, than, you know, attractive moments. Anyway, moving on to our next character. Nami! Alright. Women. Am I right, men? Am I right, boys? Women. Right? So, Nami. I love her a lot. Her character is great. I really do love her so much. Like, she's cute. She will, like, actually kick the shit out of you if you fuck with anything that she cares about. She knows what she wants. This is like one of those blind TV days where you just roast everyone. If I was gonna roast all these characters, it would not take much. Let me be completely honest. It would not take much. I could do that next time, though. On how easy they would be to make cry. I'm kidding. But no, I could roast all these characters easily. But again, Nami's cute. Her character is very, very funny. I enjoy her every time she's on screen. She's never had a moment where I've genuinely found her insufferable. At least to me. At least in memory, I suppose. And I mean, it's Nami. You really can't go wrong. Right? You really can't go wrong with Nami. Like, she is who she is. She's aware of that. She rocks it. She's genuinely fun to have on screen, and I love her a lot. So, we will be putting the Navigator of the Straw Hat Pirates in A tier. Just, you know, full points all around. Full points all around for Nami on a constant. On a constant, full points all around. Next one. God D. Usopp. Usopp, Sniper King, the Sharpshooter, the Straw Hat Pirates, him, Usopp. There are many things that I could say here. There are many things that I could say. However, I will have to specify. Specifically, post-time skip Usopp. He is so attractive. Legitimately, I love him. Beforehand, like, it was not like a physical attraction thing. I thought like, he was the funniest fucking guy ever. You know what I mean? Like, on his side, on a constant, he can do no wrong type shit, which I will be filleted for later. Like, what about Water 7? I don't care. Both of them were being fucking stupid. Don't get me wrong, he was being dumb, but I forgive him, alright? Anyway. He is genuinely so much fun to have on screen at all times. I love him so much. He genuinely, like, just kind of eases the tension in the room in any situation. And he's also attractive. So, we will be putting God D. Usopp in A tier with his bestie, Nami. I'm waiting for the, for the butt. No. There is no butt here. Just Usopp, alright? Alright? Look, I don't know what it is. But I got post-time skip and I just kind of went, huh, holy shit, as soon as Usopp showed up. Time for the next one that will actually fucking get me filleted. Sanji. There is no hear me out. There is no, like, if, ands, or but about it. I think Sanji's mid. I said it. Genuinely, he has had more moments than Zoro of me finding him fucking insufferable. I'm sorry. He has had more moments of me finding him insufferable and the bit not landing that it makes me want to throw myself off a fucking cliff sometimes when he's on screen. I physically need to cringe out of the room, especially post-time skip. For me, the bit ruins the character. His pervert bit ruins the character. And some Sanji fans will be like, yeah, no, that's fair. And others will be like, but. And I'm like, I don't care. Don't get me wrong. I love Sanji. He has his moments, especially pre-time skip. He can be absolutely adorable when he wants to be. However, I think at the end of the day, he is a solid C tier, as he is a little bit mid. He's just mid enough. You know what I mean? What's the time skip? Basically, in One Piece, they have a 2-year time skip. That basically acts as a training arc for all the characters before we hit the next section of the series. But yeah, I have no real thoughts on Sanji. For me, the bit ruined the character post-time skip. The pervert bit ruined the character, and, you know, there was really no recovering after Fishman Island. So, we will be moving on. When Brook becomes the guitar man? Yes. We will be moving on. Nico Robin. You're gonna realize something here. Very quickly, a pattern will become noticed. But we will wait to see, you know, if the pattern is noticeable. Robin is one of my favorite Straw Hats. I'm not even gonna lie. That will be a pattern, but no, you know, iffy, right? Robin is genuinely one of my favorite Straw Hats. Leave while you can. I'm talking One Piece, leave while you can. Robin is one of my favorite Straw Hats. She's definitely up there. I love her dark sense of humor. Her backstory is genuinely fucking depressing. You know, like, she deserves the world and then some. I only wish her the best. I love Robin so much. Just wanted to say hi and hope you have fun. Oh, I am. I'm having a lot of fun here. Oh, God. I love Robin so much, needless to say. She's so much fun. I love her. Right? You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with Robin. You cannot go wrong with Nico Robin. So, made her wide. Hold on, I gotta scale her up so I can actually grab the thingy. There we go. I figured it out. Nico Robin will be going in A tier, alongside. Hold on. Alongside Nami and Usopp. You're welcome. Let's keep this train moving. Franky! Franky! Yes! Immediately, I need no explanation. You need no explanation. He is going in A tier. Immediately. I don't need to explain myself. It is Franky. Alright? Look, he's hilarious. I love him. He's attractive. He's the all-around sex appeal of the Straw Hat Pirates. He is simply better than everyone else. Alright? He's aware of it too. I mean, shit, we saw what he did in Dressrosa. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? He is just him. And it is great. You know what I mean? I love him so much. I love Franky, and I wish he got more attention, because I know that Monster Trio takes up a lot of the attention, but I wish he got more, because goddamn, does he deserve it. No further comments. Next. Brook. I love Brook. However, I've seen too much Undertale shit in my day, so I will in fact be putting him in the you fucking know category. I am so sorry, Brook. However, I've seen too much Undertale stuff in my day. I'm so sorry. It's nothing he could have done. It's nothing against him. I've seen too much Undertale stuff in my day for me to go anywhere else with him. I am so sorry, and I wish this could be a much more gentle letdown, because I love him. He's hilarious. Genuinely, he's one of the funniest Straw Hats. I know that all of them are very funny, but he's definitely up there. I enjoy every time he's on the screen, and I know I say that a lot, but him especially. He's hilarious to watch go. I've been too traumatized by Undertale and the fan base that occurred from there to put him anywhere else, and I am so sad and so sorry about it, but I can't. I couldn't. You know, I could fucking never. I would never get near him like that. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright. The final Straw Hat. Jinbei. You know, you'd think after what I said with Brook that he would rank in a similar category. Right? However, I need y'all to understand it's cuffing season. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's kind of fine. He's kind of fine. I said it. He's kind of fine. Honestly? You know what I mean? Like, honestly. He's kind of fine. So, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like the shy fingers, that's what I'm doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, he's kind of fine. He's kind of fine. And, you know, I will not really need to explain myself further. I'm iffy on him. The only reason he does not rank higher is because we haven't seen enough of him, in my opinion. Like, we definitely have a good feel for his character, but, like, I feel like he's almost to A tier. You know what I mean? But we just haven't seen enough of him. But, like, low-key, he's kind of fine. Low-key? Yeah, no. It's a perfect placement for him. Low-key, he's fine. You know what I mean? Alright. With all that out of the way, here are the listings for the Straw Hat Pirates. I'm still so sorry about Brooke, but, like, I can't. I've seen too much Undertale stuff in my day for it to not give a visceral reaction. You know what I mean? Let's clean the board. I did all of this in my drawing software, by the way. Ah, shit, Frankie. There we go. Alright. Next, we will be hitting the miscellaneous category, which the original category was miscellaneous villains that didn't fit Yonko or Warlord. But I just decided, fuck it, I will put in a miscellaneous category. So it will start off as a lot of villains. Hold on, I'm looking for... Alright. I was looking for where I needed to start and stop. Alright. So. We're starting off with a lot of characters that will be considered villains. And others that I will just not be explaining. Why they're here. Because this is a miscellaneous category. This is just other people. Starting off by someone people may know, may love. He was in the live action. Captain Kudo. Now you might be asking, why is he here? Because I wanted to clown on him for these fucking shoes. I'm sorry. What the fuck is that? What is that? What the huh? I'm sorry. Like, I tried to get the turds on his jacket to, like, also show up, but, like, I could not find nothing. He's here only so I can clown on him low-key. However, if we're talking live-action Kuro, we'll put him at a solid C. So, that's where he will be going. Because in the live action makes up for where he goes. He's kind of annoying. Don't get me wrong. He's kind of fucking annoying. He's got a weird-ass outfit. And he's low-key mutinous. With that skull shape. It's Kuro, bro. What do you expect? But that's why he will be going at C. Simply because the live action, I feel, did him justice. That is the only reason. Moving on to one of my favorites. Alvida. Captain Alvida. Look at her. That's all I need to say before I do this. That's all I need to say, you know. There you go. You know what I mean? That's all I really need to say. It's Alvida. What do you expect me to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how Buggy does it. We'll meet the other two later, but he somehow always manages to bag the baddies. And I don't know how he does it. I would like to know the source of his power. But, you know what? I can forgive her. Because she's technically a villain. I can forgive her. I can forgive her for all the shit that she did. You know what? As much as I love Kobe, slay. Pop off, queen. Honestly. Let's move on. I really didn't want to include him, but here we are. Arlong. Now, this is when we will start to see some of the deviations. Honestly, I can't get over the dirty, nasty, rancid personality. Like, don't get me wrong. He's a bit tall right now. There we go. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, he's okay looking, right? I can see why people would be attracted to him. Me, however, I can't get over the dirty, nasty, icky personality. And I'm sorry, anyone who hurts Nami is automatically in failure status. So... you know what I mean? Like, she was like 8, dude. And he just, you know what I mean? I can't, this is a situation where I can't get over the dirty, nasty, icky personality, and that brings him down a couple pegs. You know what I mean? I understand the appeal, I suppose, on a purely superficial level. Everything else, absolutely not. Moving on to some Baroque Works Agent members. Miss Doublefinger. We don't see a lot of her. That takes her down severely in the rankings. However, the outfit. Oh, I love the outfit. Honestly, I love that outfit. For how early this is in One Piece. Oh, the outfit. Dude. That gives her points back. You know what I mean? It gives her back some points. So, due to all of said reasons above, I am putting her in a solid B. Not because I dislike Miss Doublefinger. Not for any other reason. It's just we don't see enough of her. And she is not made a reoccurrence in any variety. So, she will go in the B category. Keeping with the Baroque Works theme. Mr. 1. Daz Bones. He is reoccurring, right? I'm trying to figure out something else to say. Like, he's reoccurring. We still don't know shit about him. We know that he will follow Crocodile to the ends of the earth. It's a little, limp-wristed, you know what I mean? His devil fruit's pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie. His devil fruit is pretty fucking cool. I mean, like, you saw the fight it gave Zoro. If you watched One Piece. Anyway. Honestly? What's his powers? He's basically a living sword. He's basically a living sword. Honestly? I feel like if I knew a little bit more about him, he could probably go a little bit higher up. However, due to that potential, I'll put him in A. I mean, I won't. Don't get me wrong. He's attractive. He's very attractive. But I feel like we don't know enough about him. But it's that potential to know something about him that puts him this high up on the list. This next person, I have a couple thoughts. Shaki. Former Kuja Empress. Shaki. If you hold shift, won't it scale better? No, it won't. I've tried, trust me. You see, now we are going into MILF territory. We have officially entered that territory, right? Former Kuja Empress. I love her. So much. So much. I would do anything for her. Without any sort of fucking hesitations in my mind at all. S tier. And I don't have to explain that any further. I really don't. She's attractive. She's constantly sassy and snarky, including to her husband. She's perfect in every way. And honestly, I don't know who bagged who at this point, considering next is her husband, Silvers Rayleigh. I don't know who bagged who. However, he does go lower. He is a solid. He's to me, he's not all that attractive. But oh shit, hold on. There we go. I fixed it. Anyway, I know it's a who bagged who situation. Like, Rayleigh is also attractive. Don't get me wrong. Cannot go higher than B, though. At least this version of Rayleigh. Alright, we're going old man Rayleigh here. We're going old man Rayleigh. Alright, as he currently stands. Alright, we're not going with how he was when he was in his, like, 30s. Because then he would be much higher on the list, right? You just can't get better than Shaki, to be honest. She. You know what I mean? This is one of those situations where it's just to hear me out, and I have no argument. Because all you need to do is look at her, and you're just like, yeah, no. Completely based. I understand. I'm going to get crucified for putting Rayleigh in B, though. So, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm gonna get crucified because I know some people will kill for this man. Personally, though, don't get me wrong. Gilf. But not my cup of gilf. You know what I mean? While we're on the category of MILFs and gilfs, let's bring in a DILF. Goldie Roger. You know, when he was first introduced, obviously, he's in his much more sickly state, obviously, as he's actively dying. You know what I mean? I don't need to say much here. I really don't. He's silly. He's goofy. He is, like, 7 fucking feet tall. I don't know how he managed to do it. Like, how the hell are you that tall? Too much saliva in your mouth? There's literally not. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But anyway. He is just... He's glorious. In all terms that matter. He will be going in A tier. He's just a silly, goofy guy, and honestly, the Odin flashbacks did him nothing but justice. Absolutely nothing but justice. Absolutely nothing but justice. Whoop. He's simply built different, and honestly, I know Ace's goal was to, like, one day surpass his father. I would like to see him try. It could have been funny. I don't actually know who's next. However, who's next? Bellamere. All right. Okay. We're back on to MILF status. I love Bellamere. I do. Genuinely, for the little flashback that we get to see of her, and with her with Nami and Nojiko, I love Bellamere. You know what I mean? Genuinely, I love Bellamere. I do. I love her so much. Genuinely, she was a great parent when she had the chance to try. And I was actually in tears when she died. Because, ow! What the fuck? I love Bellemere. We're gonna put her in a solid B tier. Simply because I love Bellemere, and that gets her up in points, right? If you can't tell, personality matters a lot. Well, iffy. It depends on if the pros outweigh the cons. I love Bellemere so much. But obviously, because she's a flashback character, and she's only there for like maybe one episode, we don't see a lot of her. You know what I mean? But she's genuinely attractive. She's pretty. Like, she's very pretty. And she was genuinely kind of fun to watch operate and parent Nami and Nojiko. So, solid B tier, only because we don't get enough of her. Next one. Alright. This is when we start hitting a little bit of the weird characters category, but we're almost done. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 characters left, and then we're done with this set. The next one. Zeph. Redfoot Zeph. Current owner of the Baratie. And Sanji's father. At least the only one that matters. Zeph is prude. He's a prick. And he's a bastard. And I'll love him for it. Weatherman from Sky Island. No, I did not include an L. Because Eminem would have also gone in S tier with no hesitation. Look, I'm not explaining myself. That'd be when I'm not explaining myself. Just know, yes. But I wanted to, you know, keep the characters at least somewhat, I don't know, somewhat of a mixed bag. But Zeph. Zeph is a prick. He's prude, as I've previously stated. I love the guy. He's great. He's fun to watch go. You know what I mean? His scenes with Sanji, you know, there are times when you think, like, oh, this guy might be like, you know, this guy's kind of like a bad boss. And then you're just like, no, this is just how they show love. So, I will be putting Zeph in a solid B tier as well. I love him. Don't get me wrong. He's fun to watch go. His personality brings him up to B tier. However, iffy on attractiveness. It depends on what you want to view as attractive. But he was there for one arc, and we haven't really seen him since. Moving on to one of my first slight, not very large, I know exactly where he's going before he even shows up. First, slight, hear me outs. I know what you're thinking. Shut up. Judge Vinsmoke. It's not a big hear me out. It's not a big hear me out. His personality, dirty, nasty, icky, ew, get him the fuck away from me before I maul his eyes out. Right? I would actually, like this man in front of me would end up getting his neck snapped, right? Do not like this guy at all. It's the hair. I'm gonna be completely honest. My first thought when I saw Judge Vinsmoke was, God damn, look at that fucking mane. It's completely the hair. Like, how the fuck did he do that? You know what I mean? Like, why does he get to have, like, this glorious mane of hair and be the fucking worst? So, he will be going in C with Captain Kuro. Just know I would never get near him with, like, a 10-foot fucking pole. even less. Alright? I want him gone. I want him gone. Alright. On to characters I don't want to kill. Koshiro. Now you might be like, why the fuck did you include him but not Enel? I don't fucking know. Look, I got no idea. I just was thinking of characters and I thought, oh yeah, Zoro's old sensei back in Shimotsuki. Yeah, why not? We see him from time to time. So I thought I'd include him. He's a cute old man. That's the best way to put it. I don't think I would, simply because, you know, I wouldn't... It's a thing of, like, respect, I guess, or could admire from afar. Every time we've seen him, yes, he's been a little bit weird and awkward, but, you know, you can kind of see where Zoro gets it from, I guess, in that regard. As he is also weird and awkward. And everything that we've seen from him since Zoro's flashbacks has just been giving cute old man that's just tired of that one famous student of his causing trouble. Not because he doesn't like him causing trouble, he's like, fuck shit up. But because the trouble that he causes goes back to the dojo. And now he has an army of mini Zoros that he's taking care of. And I'm sure he's low-key cursing him. Not a lot, but enough. He's genuinely there for Zoro every step of the way, even if he's not there to physically witness it. Every time he sees a new bounty poster, reads his name in the paper, he's genuinely happy. Like, if this is where you want to go in life, go for it. Right? Koshiro, sweet old man. He's gonna go in a solid B tier. I have many, many, many happy feelings about him. None of them, however, are that of attraction. But I love him. He's very nice. Alright. Next. The Ghost Princess Perona. Cause you think I could get away with this without putting in Perona? No. No, we're putting in Perona. We are putting in Perona. Alright, it's happening. And before you ask, Perona is 25. I thought she was like 16, but when I looked it up, no. Perona is 25. She's adorable. She's adorable. She's fucking crazy. I love her so much. Triple S tier. I don't think she could go in the same tier as Shaki, but I love her. Every time Perona was on screen in Thriller Bark, it was gonna be great. Her fight with Usopp in Thriller Bark was fucking perfect, and it fit her personality as well as Usopp's very well. I am genuinely so entertained by her existence, and her bickering with Mihawk only makes it better. Alright? Like, she is the glue that holds that weird 2-year found family together. She is that glue. Genuinely. I love Perona so much. She's genuinely such a fun character, and I hope we get to see more of her. We've gotten to see her recently as she was on Hachinosu. But you know what I mean? Like, you can't go wrong with Perona. Like, genuinely. You can't go wrong with her. And honestly, I hope we see more of her. I just feel like when she figures out Moria's fate, she won't be okay. You know? And I can't wait for the day that she meets Buggy. I cannot wait for the day that she meets Buggy. Because all hell in Mihawk's life will fucking break loose. These two will do nothing but roast him together. And it will be the best thing to ever have happened in my life. The minute she meets Buggy, it's going to be instant besties. I'm patiently, not so patiently, waiting for that day. For the last person on our list here, I already know where she's going. I added Baby 5. I love Baby 5. I'm not gonna lie. Genuinely, I didn't know how to feel about her at first, because when we first see her, it's after Dofi has killed one of her lovers, right? She was genuinely so much fun to watch, though, when she got, like, when she finally got to see her character. Genuinely, I love Baby 5. I'm not gonna lie. She was very endearing by the end of Dressrosa to me. I know some people, like, probably don't think the same way. But she's genuinely just a traumatized girl, and she needs, you know... She just needs someone to actually truly love and care for her, and I hope Sai can give that to her. Because she deserves it, right? She's dealt with Dofi pretty much her whole life. She deserves to have a happy life without him in it. And if Sai can give that to her, Sai's okay in my books. I'm only wishing her the best. And I hope that we can see her again. We've seen Sai, but we haven't seen Baby 5. And I'm hoping that we get to see Baby 5 again. Because, one, the Arms fruit is fucking legendary. I'm sorry, she can turn any part of her any part of her body into a random fucking weapon. And she does that frequently. That's fucking... I need to see more of that devil fruit, because holy shit, that is a cool fucking devil fruit, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, she's genuinely very cute. A tier. Genuinely A tier. Her and Perona can be besties over here. Alright. With all of this being said, the miscellaneous characters are done. We have a very good left skew here. Very good left skew here. You know, a solid skew. No outliers. You know, this is a solid ranking, I feel. As I know many people will kill me for it, but you know how it is. Alright, let's get all these old men off the screen. Old men in Arlong, I suppose. There we go. Now, the next category is allies, ex-allies, friends, and revolutionaries. This is the largest category with 22 characters. We will be starting off with another character I'm going to get crucified for. Trafalgar Law. I have many thoughts about one Trafalgar Law. The first thought is, why do I not find you attractive? He checks all of the boxes that are supposedly there, but there seems to be a major box that he does not check. That I'm just not... It's not my thing. You know what I mean? He checks a lot of boxes. Alright? He checks boxes that he has in common with Aizawa from My Hero, and that he has in common with Professor Stein from fucking Soul Eater, alright? A lot of similar boxes there that both of them apparently check enough, or there's a specific box that those two idiots check that makes me attracted to them that Law just does not check. I don't get it. Like, I should be attracted to you, but I'm not. Why are you not attractive? It's one of those situations for me. Why are you not attractive? It doesn't make sense. It really, really doesn't. Don't get me wrong, he is an interesting character, and the reason as to why he operates the way he does is genuinely fucking heartbreaking. And he's always fun to have on screen because he plays the straight man to everyone else's craziness half of the time. And as we get to know him, he genuinely became just this kind of silly, goofy guy, you know what I mean? Still keeping up this, like, facade of whatever the fuck, like calm, cool, collected. But this guy's a fucking nerd. This guy's a fucking nerd. It's just... I don't know what to do with you. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do with him. I don't know where to put him on this list because nowhere really feels correct. Because I just genuinely don't find him attractive. You know what I mean? Not even like a little bit. Not even like a little bit. So I don't know where to put him because it's not like he's ugly, right? It's not like he's like ugly in any sense. But I don't know what to do with you. I don't know. I should find him attractive. I should. I don't. And that, I feel, is going to genuinely get me crucified for putting him in the C tier category. Fixed. I don't know where else to put him. Genuinely. I am not attracted to that man. And I could go on about this for hours, just so you know. I've had mental deliberations as to why this guy is not attractive to me. He ticks every fucking box. Like, he's goth, like he's sad, he's depressed, right? He looks like he needs a nap and some fucking Benadryl. He's low-key kind of fucking terrifying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's very cunning, very hard, like very fucking hard to trick. He pretty much knows or has a plan for everything. I should find him attractive, but I fucking don't. I don't. Whatever. We're going to move on to Eustace Captain Kidd. Because of course I had to include him. I feel sorry for the person who asked you to prom. Joke's on you. I asked him. Oh, get fucked. I asked him. Joke's on you. And we went as friends, by the way. Because I only had senior prom. That's the only one I went to. Anyway. Eustace Captain Kidd. Is this photo really doing him any justice? I mean, no. I just really wanted to get the arm in the way. Kidd is a person. Fucks around and finds out a lot. That metal arm? He doesn't have that originally. He has both arms. He fucked around, found out, and now he has a metal arm. That he made himself. His devil fruit is magnetism. Now, Kidd is a character. I see the merits. I see why people like Kidd. Genuinely. He's psychotic. You know, I understand it, right? It's the weird male Grell Sutcliffe for me, right? However, he is not Grell Sutcliffe and will therefore not be treated as such. By the way, in case you're wondering, Grell Sutcliffe is not a One Piece character. Grell Sutcliffe is a Black Butler character, and she would be an S tier. No questions asked. Anyway. Kidd. He's funny to watch on screen. Don't get me wrong. His constant cocky attitude is doing nothing but getting him in trouble. He's constantly picking fights, especially with the ones that he's supposed to be allies with. He's genuinely a fucking piece of work. However, if I were, you know, it would not be an I can make him better situation. It was, I promise you I will make him worse. And feel nothing but delight in doing so. You know what I mean? I will feel nothing but delight in doing so. I can make him worse. And I'll be happy for it. That being said, not Killer. That's next. Kidd is genuinely a fucking lunatic. I'm not gonna lie. He's genuinely a fucking lunatic. He's the first one to go fucking Doom on anything he can. You know, rip and tear, all that shit. And to be fair, he has reason for it. Like, we know the Kid Pirates kill people. By the way, he's the captain of the Kid Pirates. I don't know if I stated earlier, Law is the captain of the Heart Pirates. We're going through a ton of captains at the moment. Captains and various vice captains. You know, I just, personally, I don't feel putting Kid... Shit. I forgot, I can't just, like... Wide kid. Anyway, I don't feel comfortable putting Kid anywhere less than a B, to be honest. I don't feel comfortable putting Kid anywhere less than a B. Or anywhere more than a B. Because, like, he is kind of attractive, I'll give him that. However, actually, you know what, he can, wide. He can actually go with his buddy Trafalgar Law in C tier. Upon further consideration, and looking a bit towards the characters that we have on the left, on the right, in waiting, I don't feel, you know, he's solid. He's a solid character. I wouldn't call him mid, but in this case, yes. Now, Killer, vice captain of the Kid Pirates. Moving on. Jewelry Bonnie. Jewelry Bonnie. If it were chest-related, Kid would have gone higher. I love Bonnie. Bonnie is a character we are currently kind of meeting on Egghead. We've been learning more about her in recent months, honestly. Because Egghead started the beginning of the year. But Bonnie has genuinely... Like, I didn't know how to feel about her at first, right? Like, Bonnie at first reminded me a lot, of course, you know, due to the constant eating of Luffy, right? Just without the silliness of it. Considering the first time we really see her, she's keeping Zoro from punching us, not punching, but cutting up a celestial dragon, which is a big fucking no-no. Her devil fruit allows her to make her age fluctuate. She can also do that with other people. When she gets pissed off, she's likely to turn you into an old man, because she can. Bonnie is genuinely very kind, which is not something I particularly expected, considering a lot of the other characters that are supernovas. By the way, supernovas are just characters that had above, I think it's a 1 billion berry bounty by the time we hit the final arc before the time skip. I forget when the cutoff was, whatever. But basically they're like super rookies. So they've only been pirates for like maybe 5 years tops. Something stupid along those lines. But yeah, Bonnie was a lot kinder than I was expecting her to be. Which is funny considering she has a comment about a revolutionary that we will see later, about him being very kind for a revolutionary, or like not expecting the kindness from a revolutionary. I was not expecting her character to be where it was. And learning everything about her that we have, genuinely, I can't wait to see more of her. Like, I want to know more, you know? Like, she's gotten me invested in characters like Kuma, which I was already invested in, but, like, you know, now I want to know even more. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping we get to see more of her. Because, genuinely, she's fun. She's fun. Like, Genuinely, without, like, shit, hold on. Wide Bonnie. Genuinely, I'm gonna have to put her in A tier. Genuinely, she's going in A tier alongside Killer. I've seen very little of Bonnie, and I love her. Alright. We might have to speedrun the next two. However, Hawkins. Another supernova. This is another situation where me, personally, have a vendetta against this guy. I don't like him. I really don't. However, I understand why people would find him attractive. I get the appeal. I do. However, in my mind, he is nothing but a coward. And he will remain a coward in the worst way possible. He is nothing but a coward, and he will remain a coward in the worst way possible. In a completely non-endearing way. I don't even think, you know, I think, like, the nastiness of him put him down into where he deserves to be, and that is D tier. Like, he did nothing but do it to himself. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, he was interesting, I suppose, towards the end of Wano, with his prediction and all that. It's interesting. Right? But he deserved it. And I'm usually not one to say that. However, he did nothing but bring it upon himself. He could have changed that outcome. He could have. He really could have. But he didn't. He didn't. He had the power to, but he didn't. He's too much of a defeatist, and that does put him down in the rankings. However, physically, I could see why. Alright. The next character. Scratch Manapoo. Now, okay. For me, Apu is a weird stage of hear me out. Not in any way that particularly matters, right? But in a way of a little bit, yeah, sure. But as soon as he opens his mouth, I just want to rip out his fucking vocal cords. You know what I mean? In the same way that I dislike Hawkins, I dislike Apu. He's a coward in the worst way possible. Look at those pearly whites. Yup. They're keyboard teeth. In the same way as Hawkins, he's a coward in the worst way possible. And, you know, did he technically... Give him walnuts. Did he technically play it smart? Yes. Technically, he did play it smart by deciding to join the Beast Pirates and Kaido. However, I just can't personally... I just can't personally forgive him for a lot due to some previous things. Maybe not that specific said character. However, the crew at large, I cannot forgive him. So, his dirty, nasty, icky personality gets him sent to the D tier, to the Shadow Realm. Next character. X Drake. Now you'll be surprised to find out I hold X Drake in a bit higher regard than the other two. Even though he technically plays a similar role as Hawkins and Apu during Wano. And I solely think that is because he's a member of SWORD and his connection to Kobe. And while he did double-cross the double-crosser, which is something I find incredibly fucking hilarious, and, you know, all that shit. Genuinely, The extra scenes that we get from him and his involvement in the entirety of the Onigashima stuff, it was okay. You know, like, I understand why he needed to be there and why he, you know, is the way he is, right? Like, he was simply doing his job, right? So I won't completely call him the word coward, but he is a traitor, right? Not in the way that some other characters are traitors, right? Because technically, he's not really a pirate. He acts as one, and he is, quote-unquote, one, but he's not really a pirate considering he's a member of SWORD and does shit actively for SWORD, which is why he joined the Beast Pirates. But, you know, he kind of like just lets a small wind blow him over, and it's not all that appealing. I'm gonna be honest. However, I'm going to put him in B tier. Because I feel like that is a good compromise, you know? Like, Drake is genuinely a fun character. Fun, in quotations, I suppose. His backstory is genuinely interesting, and I do want to see more from him. And I feel like we will, maybe not soon, but at some point. Because he has a lot of potential. But as it currently stands, he's okay attractive-wise. It moved. Anyway. The next character. Corazon. One Rocinante. Don Quixote. I mean, what can I not say about the guy? Genuinely, I love him. I do. He's a sweet, silly guy, you know what I mean? He does his best for Law, during those 6 months at least. I almost put him in the Marines section, but I chose not to. He's solidly in the Friends section, because, you know what? If him and Luffy met, they'd be besties, and that would piss Law off to no end. I love him, though, dude. I love him. He does nothing but try to make Law smile and laugh. He tries his best for this poor, depressing, dying brat. As time went on, you know, he definitely grew on me a lot. And I love him. I do. He's one of my favorite characters in One Piece. I'm not even gonna lie. So for that and for that reason alone, or as well as many others, he will be joining Killer in the S tier. Next. Might get a flambéed for this one. Ace. Luffy's older brother, Porcus D. Ace. I almost put him in with the Yonkos, as he is the 2nd Division commander of the Whitebeard Pirates. However, I had better characters for that. So, in lieu of wanting to add more Whitebeard pirates, he has been put here instead. Ace. God, Ace. What is there to say about this poor, passively suicidal idiot? There's a lot to say. There's a lot that you could say. Don't get me wrong. He is attractive. He is, and that definitely brings him up solidly. I already know where he's going to be placed. There's no argument in where he's going to be placed. In my mind. But, you know, Ace in general, there's a lot of emotions there. Marineford, definitely, you know, it's one of his most emotional arcs. Although, the time that we see him spend in Wano, during Wano, also hits very close to home. Genuinely, I love Ace. He's a good character. And I do love him. And he is attractive to me. You know what I mean? Like, dude really just went, I want to be a cowboy, baby. And then he did. You know what I mean? And, you know, a cowboy aesthetic is definitely pretty cool, if you ask me. But there's a lot of external feelings when it comes to Ace that moves him up and down the scale depending on the moment. You know what I mean? And it definitely kind of impairs where you would put him on a scale of attractiveness. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have a dirty, icky, nasty personality weighing him down like these two morons. You know? I'm putting Ace solidly in the A category. A for Ace. And I will be taking no other feedback. And I know I'm going to get crucified for not putting him in the S category, but I don't care. The next one. This will, in fact, be a hear me out. Not as bad as others, but he will be a hear me out. God, I have so many more characters to go. Sorry, I was looking. Bardo. Bartolomeo. I have nothing else to say here other than he is simply better than everyone else. S tier. Without a fucking question, without a second's hesitation, yes. He's an idiot. He's brash. He's crude. He's hilarious to watch on screen. I love him. I do. Genuinely, he has the potential to be fucking terrifying too. And I can only imagine after certain events, he's probably booking his way to Egghead as we speak. And it'll be funny to watch. On to his weird partner in crime-ish, Cavendish. Cavendish, by the way, these two are fleet commanders for the Straw Hat Fleet, Grand Fleet is what it's called. These two are commanders, I suppose is what they're called. I don't remember. Cavendish is the captain or ex-captain of the Beautiful Pirates. I don't remember what Bardo's crew was called, but he was also the captain. Until, of course, joining the Grand Fleet, which technically still a captain, but works under Luffy. Cavendish, in the beginning, I genuinely didn't like him. You know what I mean? The Hakuba stuff was interesting, though. That kind of drew me into his character a little bit more. Because, you know, the whole thing of him be like, oh, I was supposed to be the most, you know, popular, like, man on the seas because I'm so beautiful. Like, you know, like, that kind of was like, But the Hakuba stuff, that was interesting. You know, like, this guy's got, like, a Two-Face thing going on. Like, fucker falls asleep, just starts killing people. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. However, the dude falls asleep maybe a little bit too often when he shouldn't. But, nah, he's genuinely fun to watch. And, you know, I don't particularly find him attractive. I know, like, I'm supposed to, but, you know, it's something about the trying too hard for me. You know, I feel like he's trying too hard to be pretty. That it kind of backfires a little bit. So we'll put him solidly in the B tier next to Drake. He's not insufferable like some of the others, but, you know, could definitely be better. Alright. I have no idea why I added him here, but Kinemon. I don't know why I added Kin. I have no idea. Kin is fun to watch on screen. Don't get me wrong. He's kind of an airhead when he really shouldn't be. He is kind of fun to watch. Attractive, though, I know he has his enjoyers, because every One Piece character has their, you know, there's at least one person that enjoys their presence. Kin, I'll put in like, a solid C tier. You know, like, Kin has his moments, I suppose. However, not for me. Not for me. I understand the appeal, though, you know, the thing of loyalty. I am, however, looking forward to the next character I have on here. Kiku! 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 Kiku. Make no mistake about it, she is going in S tier. I'm just keeping her up here. Kiku. I love Kiku so much. I'm not gonna lie. Throughout Wano, I just did nothing but, like, slowly fall in love with her as time went on. She's beautiful. She's powerful. What more could you love, right? It's Kiku. How could you get any better, right? You know what I mean? Shit, you know what I mean? Like, her time during the Onigashima raid, like, dude, she showed up to show out. What powers? Dude, she's just a powerful swordswoman. That's all. She just uses a sword really, really well. Like, really, really well. Like, she genuinely, during Onigashima, she was showing up to show out. Maybe not, like, powerful-wise, but everything. She was delivering on the emotional scenes and all that shit, especially when it was the Akaziya going up against Kaido at first. Dude. She is amazing. She's beautiful. She's powerful. She's strong. Hold on. There we go. Nothing short of a solid S tier status goes to Kiku. Nothing short, nothing less. S tier status. Now, next character we bring on. He's a little bit controversial. However, I don't care. And, I'll try to get this through quickly, I suppose. Although I feel like it does him nothing but a disservice. Yamato. Because how could I include Kiku and not include Yamato? He is the son of Kaido, who is the big bad in Wano. And he has taken on Odin's will. Odin is not on this list, but he is a, shit. Odin is like the big powerful, you know what I mean? The last person that gave Kaido a run for his money. Yamato. He is so fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I didn't know how to feel about him. I did not know how to feel about him. Like, I was, like, a little bit awkward with him. Not for any particular reason, just his personality. I was like, why is he, like, so, like, fixated on Luffy? And then, of course, we get his entire backstory with Ace and everything, and you're like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, I get it. He's just goofy. No, he's an Oni, apparently. Same thing as his dad. But, anyway, Yamato, again, solid S tier. I fucking love him. He's great. Yamato is always fun to have on screen. Solid S tier. Where are we going next? Ah, I know where we're going next. We have now started the revolutionaries category. Yeah, Yamato uses he, him pronouns. We've now started our group of revolutionaries, and we are opening up strong. Emporio Ivankov. We are opening up with Ivankov. Eva, if you will. They are something. Let me fucking tell ya. It is a constant fucking party if level 5.5 of Impel Down says anything. It is a constant party. They show up to show out. You know what I mean? Shit, like, again, the fucking, shit, why am I blanking on the name of the movie? The Rocky Horror Picture Show inspiration of Dr. Frankenfurter for Ivankov is not lost on me. It is not lost on me. A tier. A tier. Simply for the shit that Ivankov pulled and Impel Down. They are a beast. They are a fucking beast. Not to mention the Horm fruit. Are you fucking kidding me? Ivankov's devil fruit is just, you want drugs, kid? It's great. It's so fucking great, dude. Ivankov is genuinely fucking hilarious, and I love them. Keeping on track with our revolutionary friends here. The first deadbeat we have on this list, and that should be enough to tell you who it is, Monkey D. Dragon. Dragon is next. You see, when dealing with Dragon, it's kind of like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. You know what I mean? You could want him as much as you want. You're not getting anything out of this man at all. You know what I mean? Because don't get me wrong. He's kind of fine. However, you're not getting nothing out of him. The most you get out of Dragon is a drunken one-night stand, and that is it. He's got shit to do, governments to overturn, you know, like, he's got shit to be doing. But don't get me wrong, he is kind of fine. I'll give you that. Deadbeat of the year, however. So, I'm putting him in an A tier simply because he is kind of fine, and I'll give him that. Actually, no. I only feel okay putting him in an A tier. I only feel okay. I was considering moving him to B. I only feel okay putting him in A. Now, continuing our... I keep accidentally hitting the mic with my pencil. Pencil? Pen. Continuing our list of revolutionaries. Let's move on to their chief of staff, Sabo. This guy is a fucking war criminal. He, literally, He probably, honestly, do we have evidence to state that? No. Is he probably, though? Yes, he's probably a fucking war criminal. Sabo is a character that we have not seen enough of to get a clear grasp of his full moral compass. However, he is willing to... accidentally hit him. He's willing to kill for Luffy 10 times over, as one should. And he has a strong sense to the revolution and what it entails. As the chief of staff of the Revolutionary Army, he's the second in command. Meaning after Dragon goes, he has to take over. So, I suppose those are good traits for him to have and to carry. Personally, I love Sabo. I know a lot of people are like, oh, he's like an Ace clone or whatever. I love him. I do. Genuinely, his introduction, I loved it. I know some people were like, oh, I hated it. He's an Ace clone, whatever. Genuinely, I just wish we got more of him, and we got to see more of him. We've gotten to see more of him in the manga as it currently stands, which is good for me and no one else. Because we got to see the entirety of what happened during the Reverie. But yeah, Sabo's the first one to murder and consider murder during any mission. He's also a fucking liability, if you wouldn't be able to guess. Not due to the murder, although the murder definitely helps, I suppose. He's the first one to run off and start making problems on his own. He cannot sit still for the life of him. I am putting Sabo personally. He might be our first in between. Because I cannot decide. Wide Sabo. I cannot decide between S and A tier. So he will go right there. I cannot decide. Because I love him. But I don't think he's S tier material. I do not think he is S tier material. However, I fucking love him. So, he is a solid line in between. Next one up is his partner in crime, Koala. I don't actually know what her role is. I don't know if she has an officially stated role. But she just kind of makes sure Sabo doesn't get himself killed too badly during missions. That kind of seems to be what she does. Her backstory is genuinely fucking harrowing. I love her. You know, she's also very prone to immediate violence, which I love. She will beat the fuck out of him. You know, she's the type of person where if he were to die on the job, she'd revive him and then kill him herself. Koala is definitely something. And I love her for it, you know? Koala, in my mind, she's cute. You know, obviously she's cute. But, you know, she's also a fucking badass, considering she does a lot of information gathering and organization and stuff, and that takes a fucking brain. So, she's a solid A tier in my mind. In my mind, she's a solid A tier. Solid A tier. Just gotta move her down a little bit. There we go. Now, moving on, still part of the revolutionaries. I forget where this commander is stationed. However, she is a commander of the Revolutionary Army. Fellow Betty. Moving on. I'm not giving an explanation. Moving on. As we've added Ivankov, we might as well add one of Ivankov's. This is, by the way, the last person for the Allies, Friends, and Revs list. This is the last Rev that we are going through. Or the last person that I am willing to classify as a Rev in this category. There's one more Rev. However, I put him in a different category. That should tell you enough. Inazuma. If we're gonna add Ivankov, we gotta add Inazuma. We don't see much of Inazuma. However, he's fucking... like, he has a devil fruit that is basically let him turn his hands into, like, weird, like, scissors. And he can literally just cut anything. Anything and everything in half, like a pair of scissors. He's weird, and I love him for it. You know? Solid B-tier character right here. You know what I mean? Nothing against Inazuma, it's just we don't have a lot on him. You know what I mean? We don't have a lot on Inazuma. And there we go. Jesus fucking Christ. The scale for the Friends, Allies, and Revolutionary Army section. As we are about halfway through now, we are going to do a quick be right back. And I will be right back. Alright. Alright, we've returned. Short be right back. Short be right back so I can get more water. Did you spend like 15 minutes trying to spell okay? Getting all these bitches off the screen. There. Alright. Starting up. The next section. The next section. The next section are the Warlord section. I have 8 characters in this section. Now you might realize that is probably 2 more than it should be. Or maybe 1 less, depending on how you want to count. But, I won't have to do much to explain myself here. I already know what this section's going to look like for the most part, and no, I will not be regretting it. I do not feel any kind of way about how I will be ranking these characters. Let's start off with our revolutionary, that is also a warlord, which should not be a thing. We still don't know how the fuck that happened. Bartholomew Kuma. Now, don't get me wrong. Kuma is definitely fucking square, you know? He's definitely built like a goddamn square. Do not get me wrong. However, in recent arcs, he has become a very interesting character. Right? Like, he has become extremely interesting as it currently stands. And I want to know more about him. So, for that reason, I'm gonna put him in a solid C tier. Moving on. The world's greatest swordsman, Dracul Mihawk. What is there to say about this man that has not already been said? Don't get me wrong. He is attractive. Do not get me wrong in the slightest. And he's got a fucking attitude to boot. So that does put him higher up on the list. However, he is not S-tier material. He's up on the list. Don't get me wrong. Not S-tier material. I can't get over how apathetic he is. He's apathetic almost to the point of being pathetic. I can't get over the apathy. So, he will be getting a solid A tier, I suppose. Because don't get me wrong. You know, emo bitches in my area, I suppose. Speaking of, maybe not emo bitches, but, Italian mob bosses. Crocodile. Now, don't get me wrong. In the beginning, Crocodile was definitely, you know, dirty, evil, icky personality. I don't like him. However, as time has passed, and after Impel Down, he's grown on me. So I'm now able to overlook the whole Baroque Works situation, especially in comparison to another man on this list. Don't expect high regards for that man. Crocodile is definitely up there. I enjoy Crocodile a lot. And I can't wait to see where he goes with this whole Cross Guild thing. A lot of people want Cross Guild to be like this big organization, but I honestly don't think it'll come down to be that way, considering it's Crocodile we're dealing with. I have a feeling, you know, it's going to stay how it is currently. I will admit, though, Crocodile is very attractive. Obviously, he's attractive. And I can't wait to see more of him, especially now that Cross Guild is on the move, it seems. Thanks, Buggy. Heart. And, you know, I'm eyeing the Sandy Bastard for any semblance of a backstory. Because, I'm sorry, how do you have, like, inherent beef with the fucking Whitebeard pirates, know the revolutionaries, and then on top of that, become a warlord? I don't know. Crocodile is definitely interesting, though. And, you know, depending on how his backstory is, it might bring him further or lower up in the list. However, a solid A tier. Now for the fucking walking Ken doll that is one Don Quixote do Flamingo. You might recognize the name Don Quixote from earlier with this precious man over here. This is his older brother. He is in fact a warlord of the sea. And he is... I don't like him. How about we leave it there? I don't like him. At all. I do not like him. I think he is greasy and a wannabe Ken doll. You know, like, he looks and acts like he wants to have, like, the hoodie that says, I'm Kenuff. But he simply does not deserve it, because no, you're not, honey. Stay in that fucking prison where you belong. So. Wrong there. So, as it currently stands, one Don Quixote do Flamingo is going to the you fucking know category. And I mean that with all of the hate and fury in my heart. I do not like him. Moving on to more clear skies. The current Kuja Empress. I couldn't find a better image without the thing in the back, but Boa Hancock. Boa's very pretty. Don't get me wrong. That's the whole point of her character. That she's the most beautiful woman in the world. That's her character. So obviously she's very pretty. She has the confidence to match it. When I first met her, her ego definitely got in the way. I will admit, the ego definitely got in the way for me a little bit at first. You know, like, she thought, I can do anything because I'm beautiful, right? Like, of course, that definitely was, like, she wasn't wrong, because she was getting away with shit simply because she was beautiful. However, as time went on Amazon Lily, I very much grew to enjoy her. Do I feel she was a little bit, a little bit of her character was ruined by her infatuation with Luffy? Her body is like 60% legs. I don't know, maybe. I don't do a percentage of her. But, I feel like, like, her character wasn't ruined by her infatuation with Luffy, but it definitely, in my mind, hurt it, because Boa's, like, 36, and Luffy was 17 at the time. You know what I mean? Like, girl, you trying to catch a case? You know what I mean? Like, shit. Anyway. Either way, she's a great ally to have, and I definitely enjoy her. Her backstory is actually fucking awful. And she made me want to hurt the Celestial Dragons even more. So, she's going in A tier, alongside Mihawk and Crocodile. Make her a little smaller. There we go. Next one up. The second to last. Don't expect much from this guy, Gecko Moria. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Thriller Bark was good, but honestly, I feel like Moria was not the highlight of his own arc. You know what I mean? Like, Moria is the villain in Thriller Bark. He's the big bad to beat up. He was not the shit that he thought he was. And honestly, he kinda ugly. So, we'll put him in a solid F, just because I don't really like the guy. He's kind of fucking annoying, I'm not gonna lie. And if you can't tell, I've saved the best for last. You know anything about me, which none of you do. I will not be explaining myself. I want him. Biblically. He's perfect. He's pathetic. He's stupid. He's got a weird traumatic backstory. S tier. S tier. I love the clown. Simply the best. Like, I don't know how out the gate one of the first big enemies we get in One Piece, like literally the second enemy that we get in One Piece, I don't know how Oda managed to nail it then and there, but he did. Because god fucking damn it, dude. Buggy the Clown. Buggy the motherfucking Clown. God, I am in love with him. Best company, yep. He is also a part of Cross Guild, or as I've seen many people call it, the goth. The goth. Fuck, what was it? Shit, what was Crocodiles? Fuck. Whatever, I'll just go with the other one, and that is Buggy and his 2 goth boyfriends. It's dumb as shit, don't get me wrong. But anyway, Buggy is a pathetic wet rat that you can't help but just pick up and swaddle in your t-shirt for warmth. That is Buggy the Clown. And I couldn't ask for anything better. This pathetic wet cockroach is my favorite fucking character, and he constantly fails upward in a way that I have never seen in my life. I love him so much. S tier. S tier, no questions asked. That ends our Warlord section, because if I don't stop now, I will just keep going on about Buggy. That is the end of our Warlord section. Now you might notice, Buggy is technically a Warlord. You didn't include him in the Warlord section, I'm aware. However, I already included Alvida, and you can't get better than Alvida. So, due to Alvida taking in, honestly, well, she's not a crew member, she is an ally. I don't see any other reason to add anyone else other than Alvida. She was the only other person I was going to add anyway, unless it was a Cross Guild member, and Cross Guild is already all Warlords, or ex-Warlords at this point. So, that is why Buggy was not included with the Yonkos plus 2 of their crew members. And if you also notice that one, you'd notice, technically, there was a Warlord missing. That is because he was a Yonko. I put him with the Yonkos. Blackbeard. He was a Warlord for a time. He gained Yonko status. Not recently, but after Marineford. I hate that this man canonically gets bitches. Not because of like, him looks-wise. Him personality-wise. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know enough about Blackbeard to fully solidify even what his full fucking personality is. Right. We do not have anything. The most we get out of Blackbeard is what we see in Jaya. Hold on, I have a text. Okay, cool. I had to answer a text real quick. But yeah, we don't have enough to get a full read on who he is, and that pisses me off. Because he's been introduced since, like, episode, like, 200, maybe less. He's been in the story for a while. And he canonically gets bitches. So, due to the lack of that, but considering he canonically gets bitches, I suppose I will put him in a C tier. Considering later people on this list. But we will continue on as we have 2 of Blackbeard's crew members to choose from. The first one. I don't know if I should explain Katarina Devon. I don't feel the need to, honestly. However, let me tell ya, I think she's very pretty. And also very evil. And you know what? She can slay, I suppose. She's very... you know, she has a lesbian harem. And I mean, girl, me too. So, I wish. No questions asked, S tier. No questions asked. I love Katarina. Moving on. I didn't know which second Blackbeard crew member to go with. I was leaning between Shiryu and like fucking Van Augur. However, I decided to go with Lafitte. Simply because for some reason he's got twink boy swag, and I don't know how else better to put it. This man is a twink. In every way that matters, this man is a twink. This is a twink. B tier. He slays with his twinkness. Moving on. Can we get much higher? So high. The One Piece is real himself. Whitebeard. Now, personally, I've never found Whitebeard attractive. However, it's Whitebeard. So, can you define twink to you? Oh dear God. I might have to Urban Dictionary this one. Hold on. Because I know how to define it, but I don't know if I'm willing to put it in my own words. Attractive, boyish-looking young gay man. How about that? It's not spelled Twinkie, it's Twink. T-W-I-N-K. Twink. Just an effeminate gay man. Flamboyant, if you will. That is a twink. Anyway. Moving on. Whitebeard is a solid C simply because it is Whitebeard. Moving on. Marco! You can see why I had to move Ace to a different category. We are bringing in the big guns here. Starting off strong, Marco. Don't get me wrong. Marco's kind of fucking cool. He is really, really cool. Marco's really, really fucking cool. Like, his Devil Fruit literally gives him, like, the ability to be a phoenix, and he has healing fire. That's fucking cool. Like, this guy can go toe-to-toe with admirals in Marineford. He's powerful, too. Of course, I didn't start finding him attractive until we hit Wano. Because, obviously, he's still a little weird looking. Don't get me wrong. He's still fucking weird looking. But you know what? It's grown on me since then. It's better than his first design. You know what I mean? It's better than the first time we see him. But, good old Pineapple Head's been growing on me. You know what I mean? I think he deserves a solid A tier. Solid A tier in my opinion. I think he's cool. I think he's neat. Now going with truly the most attractive person, not on this list, but one of the more attractive people in the Whitebeard Pirates, Izo. Fuck, Izo. Oh my god, look at him. Dude. Izo is not only a badass and a skilled marksman, he just exudes confidence and energy in a way that I have never seen a One Piece character do before within 3 seconds of their introduction. This is also Kiku's older brother. If you remember Kiku from way back in the Friends category. Her. This is her older brother. You know what I mean? Like, shit, dude. God damn. God damn, I find him attractive. S tier. S tier, and I will not be taking comments. S tier. Without a fucking question. Without a question. S tier. Moving on. Our next Yonko. Big Mom. I couldn't find a better photo. Honestly, this is what we're working with here. Is it her most attractive form? No. Definitely in her 20s through her 40s. Would. She's currently like 68 or some shit. Would not. However, simply for the potential she had in her younger years and the fact that... Hold on. Let me look this up. Considering Big Mom has 85 children, clearly enough men have said yes, abso-fucking-lutely, for her to have 85 children. And if you also don't know, her entire pirate crew is made up of her children. Her children are born into her pirate crew, and they take up every single corner of it. Big Mom is also known for doing political marriages and all that type of shit. So, the two people mentioned as her two crew members are, in fact, her children. We will put Big Mom in a solid tea time. In a solid C category simply for the potential she had when she was just a little bit younger. Moving on. To a man that needs no introduction. Charlotte Katakuri. Katakuri is Big Mom's second son. And why she thought she needed to keep having kids after him, and his two brothers, I suppose, because they're triplets, I have no idea. He is perfection in every scale. Legitimately, if there's one One Piece character that I legitimately simp for, it is this guy. It is this one right here. Is this his best image? No. However, he is so fucking pretty. I made it. Pause. It's too late. We've already gotten like halfway through. He's my favorite character. Okay, well, we're basing these characters based off of attractiveness, not power, so you might need to hold your horses. But as I was saying, he is legitimately so So fucking pretty. Okay, we're on the same page. All day. But yeah, legitimately, he is so pretty. I'm not gay, but it's completely fair reaction. It's a completely fair reaction. He is so pretty, and it is a crime that he does not believe he is pretty and feels the need to hide how pretty he is. He is so pretty. Legitimately, he is so pretty. I could go on for hours about how fucking pretty he is. I don't know what crack Oda put into this character. Oh my god, he is so pretty. He's so pretty. He's legitimately so pretty. And see? No. It's because he canonically gets bitches. That's the only reason he's in C. The only reason is because he canonically gets bitches. And I think it might be hard to see, but this is Katarina Devon. And this is Izo. Off of looks, he's ew. I know, but he still canonically gets bitches. That's the only reason he's not in the fucking ew category. That was my only reason to not to. But yeah. Anyway, I could go off on Katakuri. What about young Big Mom? I mentioned that about Big Mom. Like, from her 20s to her 40s. Oh, 100%. 100%. 100%. Just something around her 50s changed and, you know, whatever. But young Big Mom, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Not a second thought. But yeah. I could go on for hours about Katakuri. I love him. He's perfect. When she had that 50th kid, yeah. When she had, like, that 50th kid, something happened. But yeah. Katakuri, easy S tier, going up with Katarina Devon and Izo in that category. As he fucking deserves. Because goddamn, he is so fucking pretty. Moving on to the second crew member of Big Mom's crew. I had a bit of issue choosing because there are a lot of members you can choose from as she has 83 fucking kids. Is this every One Piece character? No, these are characters that I picked from. We've had various categories. This category is Yonkos plus 2 crew members. We've done the Straw Hats, a bunch of miscellaneous characters, warlords, and allies, friends, and revolutionaries. Smoothie or cracker? Well, I mean, it's not cracker. No, you got it. You got it completely with Smoothie. Absolutely fucking not, Pedo Spitto. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, dude. Nah, the disrespect, it's too much. Next, we have Charlotte Smoothie. I don't need to say much here. A lot of Big Mom's kids are weirdly attractive when they get older. Minus Pero Spero. There's something wrong with him. He got fucked up in the womb or some shit, considering how Katakuri turned out. Smoothie, I don't know if it's a devil fruit, but she can literally juice people. And I don't know how. I think it's a devil fruit. I don't even know what the point is, but she can literally juice people. There were a lot of Big Mom's children that I could have picked, right? Considering how many of them are introduced. And it was between her and the daughter that ends up marrying Aladdin in the Fishman Pirates. However, I don't want to consider her simply because of her connection to the Fishman Pirates. But it was between those two, in case you wanted to know. I forget her name. I'd have to look it up. But Smoothie. Easy. It is an easy choice of S tier for Smoothie. She is god damn. Moving on. Now, I know we have to base this solely off of attractiveness, right? But I know I've let personality get in the way. This is a man that I'm iffy on. Red-haired Shanks. Now you might be like, why the fuck are you iffy on him? It's not because I'm like, you know, oh, Mihawk stronger. I'm not one of those types of people. I don't care about power scaling. However, as previously stated, part of the ship, part of the crew, my man forsake the crew, so I don't think he should be a part of the ship anymore. However, this is an attractiveness scale, and he is still technically a Yonko. So, I'm putting those feelings aside and simply going into this without that. Don't get me wrong. Shanks is attractive. He's very attractive, right? How would Shanks hold hips with one hand? With one hand. It'd be weird with one hand. He'd make it work. Shanks also is another character that canonically gets bitches. I forget how Oda put it, but it was comparing, like, Shanks and Beckman to, like, how Sanji is with girls versus, like, other characters like Luffy, I suppose. I'd have to look it up. It was an SBS or something. It was really random. But don't get me wrong. Shanks is attractive. He's very attractive. He is a man that seems to have only gotten better with age, much like Katakuri. Going off of attractiveness and attractiveness alone, and his general weird suburban, like a pirate version of a suburban dad, we will put him in A tier, as that is not exactly a downside to me. However, he has forsaken the crew, and I don't know if I can forget that. Moving on. Ding, ding, ding. The next character is Ben Beckman. This is Shanks's right hand. I don't know exactly what he does, but I know he does in fact use this gun. He's not the sharpshooter, but he also uses it like a fucking bat on occasions. And, that's definitely something. Now, I know I have been over the moon with some men, and I know I have stated how I feel about some One Piece men and women. Beckman is in that weird category with the law, where I don't know why I'm not attracted to him. Don't get me wrong. He exudes, like, cool, calm, collected, ready to fucking fall apart at a second's notice as soon as Shanks is like, yup, we are going to drink for the 9th day in a row until we're hungover. You know what I mean? Like, he looks ready to burst a fucking blood vessel. And I want to see more of him and know more about him, right? Especially considering how... well, considering his age compared to the rest of the crew. It makes me wonder when he showed up. I don't know if he's the first mate, though. Either way, I will give you that Beckman is very fundamentally attractive. I will give you that. Even if he is not my cup of tea, I will give you he is fundamentally attractive. So he will be going in A tier along with his captain. There we go. Now, moving on to Shanks's second man in the wings. You fucking caught me. Yeah, it's Yasopp. You completely fucking caught me. It's Yasopp. I've been called out. Honestly, it was between him and Lucky Roo. I didn't know if I wanted to include two deadbeat dads or Lucky Roo. I I almost made it Lucky Roo, because honestly, it's Lucky Roo. He deserves it. You know? He deserves it, honestly. He deserves praise and affection. But we're gonna go with Yasopp. So, the second deadbeat we have seen thus far, not in this section, but as an overall. We've seen first and second place as it currently stands. Even placement, personally, Yasopp is in second place for me. Because at least Usopp knew that he existed, by the way. This is Usopp's father, if you couldn't tell, from the naming convention. Yasopp, don't get me wrong, very attractive. I get it. In every way, I get it. I completely fucking understand. Don't worry about him getting anything below B tier. Deadbeat dad, yes. He's very attractive. And the way Usopp tends to gas him up, it does work. Don't get me wrong. Usopp is very proud of his father, and I think that's adorable. So, despite my feelings on Yasopp, you know, their reunion will make me happy. But if he mentions Usopp's mother, not knowing that she's dead, I will, you know, despite anything Usopp would say, I will snap his neck clean off and drink the marrow from his bloody stump. So, thin ice. Thin ice. However, this is an attractiveness scale, so A tier. As this is an attractiveness scale, he can go higher. Alright. But character-wise, for me, thin ice. Thin fucking ice. Alright. On to our last Yonko group. Kaido. Buggy gonna be on here? Buggy was in the last category. Buggy was in the Warlords category. I put Buggy in the Warlords category. Simply because I already included Alvida. And honestly, Alvida is 2 crew members, let's be completely honest. Don't worry, Buggy was S tier. Do not worry, Buggy was S tier. What about live action? Do not get me started on live action Buggy. There have been nothing but... Oh, 100%, 100%, 100%. There have been nothing but fan cams and edits on my TikTok since it came out. They are still showing up, and every time I'm just kind of like banging my head against the wall of like, God, he's attractive. Anyway. Kaido. Yeah, that's a good line. That is a good line. Dude, he was great. Jeff Ward fucking killed it. Jeff Ward fucking killed it. Anyway. Kaido. Captain of the Beast Pirates. This is Yamato's father. As previously brought up. He's okay. He's definitely higher than C tier in my mind. Definitely higher than C tier in my mind. Yeah, because young Kaido. Kaido when he was younger, you know, seeing Kaido as he currently stands in Yamato's existence makes me wonder who the fuck looked at Kaido and thought that's a good idea. And then we saw him when he was younger and I went, okay. You know what? I get it. I get it. I do. I really do. I get it. I understand. It's Kaido, though. You know what I mean? His, everything else does kind of bring him down on the scales for me. You know, I don't think I can fully get over the hostile takeover thing, as that is a part of the reason why Crocodile... Well, he was an A tier anyway, but, you know, part of the reason why he wasn't an in-between, because he was still kind of... You know what I mean? He's a part of the 2 that succeeded in a hostile takeover. So, in his inability to play fair, he will be going in a solid B tier. Moving on, obviously, we have 2 members of Kaido's crew. Wonder who those are. Starting with King the Wildfire. Hey. He is very, very attractive. Somehow, around Whole Cake, Oda just started cooking with character designs, and he has made nothing but attractive people since. I love King. King is a very good character. I know I haven't talked about personality of characters in a while, but that's because we've entered the zone of all of these characters are attractive. I wouldn't say that. Are you sure? You sure? He hasn't started cooking since that point? Not every single one of them, but he definitely has been cooking more, alright? But King is, he's attractive, I'll say it. His backstory and everything, while lightly touched on, is genuinely interesting, and while I doubt we will see him again, I do think seeing more Lunarians would be interesting. You know what I mean? Because he seems to carry, like, this heaviness with him at all times due to that, obviously. And, of course, his fight with Zoro was very, very entertaining. Overall, King is a solid A tier. I know I'm probably gonna get crucified for not putting him in S, but he's a solid A tier. Now moving on. Don't ask why I threw him in here other than for duos purposes. Queen the Plague. I don't know why. It was between him and Black Maria, but I went, you know what, I want to complete the duo pair. Queen is not attractive. In any way. I would personally not consider Queen attractive in any way that matters. He's built like a beach ball. In the worst way possible. In the worst way possible, he is built like a beach ball. However, for some reason, he's goofy. I wonder what a young Queen looks like. I have no idea. Probably still built like a beach ball, though. Either way. He's definitely silly and goofy, and it pisses off King. But he's silly, and he's goofy, so that does bring him up to a solid C tier in my mind. He would be at a D tier. He would be at a D tier. However, he's silly and goofy enough for me to feel okay putting him there. That, with Queen being placed, is the end of our Yonko category. We now have 11 Marines to get through, and we're done. I'm sorry, Katakuri. There we go. I really need to find more Katakuri merchandise. Just for me, honestly. 11? Yes. We have 11 Marines to rank. Now, there will be some people on here that maybe people aren't aware of. One character. There's also some characters that I added for honestly no fucking reason other than I could, and I was not really... I was just adding Marines, right? I wasn't really thinking about it on an attractiveness scale, although some of them I was. Starting off strong. Smoker. He is a Marine we first meet in Logtown. Pre-time skip, before they even enter the Grand Line. We see him again in Alabasta, where he is given the credit for taking down Crocodile. I think... Shit, what's his current status? I want to say Vice Admiral, but he's not a Vice Admiral. I think he's a commander or some shit. I don't remember. But anyway. Smoker has a devil fruit, obviously. His devil fruit is the ability to literally turn into smoke. It's just how he is. White Chase. There you go. But this is Smoker. And without having to say a word, you should know he's going into A tier. Without much hesitation, A tier. Following up on the Smoker train, Tashigi. Now, a lot of things can be said about Tashigi. I know for some people, they just fucking hate her. They think that she's annoying and pathetic. I feel like they're being a little bit too harsh on her. Don't get me wrong, in the beginning, she's a ditz. Do not get me wrong. She is a ditz, and she says shit, you know, and it's said without regard for characters that we know about characters that we know. You know what I mean? I understand if that ruined the character for you. However, I feel like she has a lot of potential in where to go. Fully based on attractiveness, though. Keeping, if you find her annoying, whatever, off to the side, whatever. Fully based on attractiveness, though, I'm gonna put her in A tier with Smoker. Because don't get me wrong, as much of a ditz as she is attractive, right? You gotta give her that. The next ones we have. Captain Kobe. Now, I don't know if I would call Kobe attractive, right? In the sense of what most people usually mean, and that is sex appeal. And as previously stated, I am asexual. This is never said with any sex appeal. He is adorable. In every sense of the word, I find him adorable. I think he's a little sweetheart. You know what I mean? It's the best way to put it. You know what I mean? I don't care if people agree with me on that. I think he is a sweetheart. I think he's just a little doll. And low-key kind of fucking terrifying when he wants to be. Again, he's a hero of the Marines for a reason. He's a hero of the Marines for a reason. He's adorable. I love him. I know a lot of people, like, hated him in the beginning because he was kind of whiny. But honestly, like, sexiness is one thing. Cuteness is another. Pretty and cute is another scale entirely, and he trumps that scale at an entirety. He trumps that scale. He is incredibly adorable, and I love him. Moving on to the other half of this duo, Helmeppo. Helmeppo's a little shit in the beginning. If you have no idea, he's literally like episode 3 character, and he's a little shit. That's the most you need to know. He's a little shit. He's annoying. His time in the Marines seems to have beat into his head a little bit, though, not to be a little shit. Either that or it was Garp. Either way, I appreciate it. However, I don't find him attractive. So, we will put one wide Helmeppo. We will put a wide Helmeppo in D tier. Because I just don't personally find him attractive. Now, this is the character I don't think everyone is going to know. because she actually appears in the Ace Light novel. This is Isaka. She is the Marine that is hunting down Ace in the first half of the Grand Line. I believe she becomes a bounty hunter after she leaves the Marines, due to Ace's intervention. Isaka, she's a good Marine. She was a good Marine. I believe she was in the rank of ensign, if I remember correctly. She genuinely had love for her job. You know, she thought she was doing what was correct until it was like literally thrown in her face that the reason she joined the Marines was a lie. She's very strong-headed and quick to follow her own judgment, even if it's been shown to her by a pirate. And she knows when people are good people, even if they're pirates. That's how she feels about Ace. While she recognizes Ace as a good person, in her mind at that point, it was good people are Marines, bad people are pirates. Of course, that changes, and she almost joins Ace's crew. But, obviously, she doesn't. So. Also, down here, this is Deuce. This is Ace's second in command. I want to see more of him in the story, too, because he was fucking hilarious in the light novel. Isaka, I am putting in a solid S tier. Those who know. Isaka, I love her. She is genuinely a good character, and I wish we would get to see her. Next up on the list, Fujitora. Now, I have really no better way to start this. I mean, like, it's Fujitora. You know what I mean? He is a little bit of a hear me out, though. Just a little bit. He plays the pitiable role very well when he wants to. I mean, shit. If you watch Dressrosa, you see how he is when gambling. He's also immensely powerful. And I'm sorry, during the Reverie, him being constantly surrounded by celestial dragons and basically going, I'm calling it an airstrike. You can't get better than that. I mean, honestly, that is a solid A tier for personality alone. I genuinely enjoyed Fujitora during Dressrosa. I would go as far as to say he was a highlight of Dressrosa. Meeting I think he's a vice admiral. Or no, he's an admiral, I think. Meeting an admiral that, like, actually is willing to go against Akainu and, you know, do whatever the fuck he wants. It genuinely it didn't reinstate my hope in the Marines. I have zero hope in the Marines. But considering he also carries that idea with him, he's genuinely an interesting Marine. Genuinely. And considering that conversation he had with Sabo during Dressrosa, Fujitora is a great character. He's a great character. I love him. And he's he's kind of got that Jinbei effect. You know, he's like a little bit kind of fine. I'll give it to him. You know, he's a little bit fine. Next one. Hina. This is Hina. I don't remember her rank. I think she's a vice admiral at this point. But this is Hina. Her devil fruit literally allows her to restrain people. Like big-ass handcuffs. She literally just can restrain people. That is her devil fruit. And I feel like I don't need to explain myself when I put her in A tier. She's first introduced to us during Alabasta. I needs to go a little bit lower. Okay, that's too low. Suffering. Now, you know when I said that there are characters here that I have no idea why I added? I don't know why I added Garp to this list. However, I know some people do want this man biblically. I don't know why I added him to this list. Don't ask. I have no idea. He is a lazy old man that can throw cannonballs harder and farther than a normal cannon, and he is simply known as the Fist, and that is fucking terrifying. When you have epithets like the Wildfire, you know, White Chase, you know, like King of Hell, and his is simply the Fist, it's kind of fucking terrifying. However, I will give it to Garp. He does have his moments. He does have his moments. I'll give him a solid B. Again, I don't know why he's here either. He just kind of snuck in under the radar when I wasn't looking. Alright. We have finally moved on to the main three admirals. We are going to start off strong with Adam Sandler. Everyone welcome Adam Sandler to the party. This is Kizaru, I think. No, not Kizaru. Is his name Kizaru? I don't, again, like I said, I don't remember all their names. This is Kizaru, right? Yeah. Borsalino. Yeah. This fucker. Adam Sandler. This is Adam Sandler. Everyone welcome him to the party. Don't get me wrong. Adam Sandler's okay. He's okay. He's alright. I guess. He's alright. Big fan. His devil fruit is literally light, so he can move at the speed of light. We will put Adam Sandler in a solid C tier. Just because, like, he's not bad, but, you know, it's Adam Sandler. You know what I mean? Moving on. We have Aokiji. This is Aokiji. He's an ex-admiral. And, yeah. This is Aokiji. Just really nothing more to say that. He trained under Garp for a little bit, so that was fun. He's a part of the reason Punk Hazard is the way it is. He froze half of the fucking place. But, yeah. This is Akainu. I mean, there's nothing really much to say about him. I mean, like, he's definitely more attractive than Adam Sandler. He's definitely more attractive than Adam Sandler. However, I don't think he's A material, considering he'd be standing next to the likes that is Smoker, Tashigi, Hina. You know what I mean? So, personally, I'm gonna put him in B tier with Garp. He can sit here with his old mentor. Alright. Our last character in this entire fucking list. Our last goddamn character. This is a man that a lot of people want biblically for some fucking reason, and I don't see why. And also, the last main admiral, who is currently the fleet admiral. Akainu. This man is basically built like your standard white guy. That is the best way to put it. He's the most neutral, middle ground man I have ever seen. That is the best way to describe his looks in comparison to everyone that he is around. He is neutral. You know what I mean? He doesn't particularly stand out in any way. A part of me thinks that's the point. Because Akainu is not one to feel the need to stand out. That's not how he operates. Akainu's main philosophy is absolute justice, meaning the letter of the law to the absolute T. The absolute fucking worst of it. You know what I mean? He has been Fleet Admiral for about 2 years, as the last Fleet Admiral. Yep. The last Fleet Admiral, Sengoku, stepped down after Marineford. So he's been acting for about 2 years now. Much to everybody's chagrin, I suppose. This is the man that Aokiji fought for this title. He's the most standard-looking guy I have ever seen in my life. There you go. And that's it. That is our final list. Done. I don't have an applause button yet, but yay! It's finally fucking over. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? It's finally fucking over. And you wanted to do it in an hour. I know. Almost 3 hours, and I thought, oh, this'll take an hour. Honestly, I feel like I got a bit too hung up in the allies section. Considering that was 22 characters, but I digress. I don't think we have time for Stardew, I'm not gonna lie. I still have schoolwork to be doing. But this is our final list. This is our final list. I know pretty much nobody is going to agree with me 100% on these lists. I'm sure I've done several people a disservice, and in other eyes I've committed many war crimes. I don't care. This is the final list, so we're good. There's no other characters. Well. Ugh. As I have shit to do, and I gotta go, I will be bouncing at this point in time. It's been fun hanging out. It's been fun seeing y'all today. I appreciate it. Remember to upload this. I will. Thank you for letting me go on rants about how attractive these characters are. I appreciate it. I know I have shit taste in men and women, but I don't need to hear it from anyone else other than me and my friends. But yeah. Thank y'all for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. And I hope we have a good... Because you like big boobs. Of course. Duh, who fucking wouldn't? But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, and or afternoon. Don't really care what time it is as long as it's great, because you all deserve it. And I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.